Ready to go? Hey everyone, welcome to yet another episode of Coffee with Father James. I know it looks like a blank mug, doesn't it? But it's not. Check this out. Ta-da! This was a coffee cup that I was given, I think, Christmas last year. And it makes me smile. It was a parishioner had it made. It says, "Never underestimate a priest who survived live-streamed masses, empty pews, and the 2020-2021 pandemic." Well, yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, I think the pandemic, I'm not sure when we could say it officially ended, but it's now 2023 and we're still living with what's it called? The COVID. We're still living with it, but I think the pandemic is over. But it was a cute mug. Never underestimate a priest who survived these things. Man, I could also add a few other things that we've survived. I mean, we survived parish mergers. You know, hey, let's join 5 communities together, and in the middle of a pandemic. Of course, we didn't know the pandemic was going to happen. It was just like a page 7 news story about something happening in China back in January 1st, 2020, when we became one parish. But there's been a lot to survive over the last couple of years. These haven't been the easiest years. They've been a time of uncertainty. While this was a kind of a bit of it was a personal gift and a bit of a joke, I would change the wording of this, and I would say, never underestimate a parish community that has survived these things, because it wasn't me that survived this. Well, I did, but I did it with your help. It was together we got through this. So we went through this together. We, in the midst of trying times, difficult times, unexpected times, unpredictable times, that we have begun to experience the life that God wants for us. Now, this is all kind of like setting up a little announcement that I have for you. I need to put my coffee cup down for this, and that is that during those troubling times, or really over the last 6 months, I was involved with, some of you know that I've authored a number of books, and about this time last year, one of the editors, the head editors at the Word Among Us Press, who have published my last number of books, came to me and they said, "Father James, we've actually been watching some of the homilies you gave on live stream during the first year, that very first year when I was trying to give homilies that talked about like the bigger picture and the bigger challenge, and where are we going, and where is God calling us to go, and where are we going to end up if we don't change our direction, and why do we do what we do? Why are we so attached to our ways of doing things? What are some of the changes we have to embrace, etc., etc." And they come up with an idea that some of these homilies could be edited and changed and put into order and could make a book. And so, to make a long story short, that happened. We're working with a series of editors over the course of about 6 months. It was a little bit of work, but as a result, my latest book was produced, and here it is. It's called Thriving Faith, Discipleship in Uncertain Times. And it basically addresses the whole question of how does a parish community seek renewal, to begin a renewal process in uncertain times. What were our uncertain times? Well, a pandemic and a process of merger. The pandemic experience was not simply an interruption to business as usual, it was entirely disruptive. It has changed the very way that our society functions and the way that we go forward as a parish. It has, like any crisis, it accelerates a present process of change. We were already going through uncertain times, and the pandemic simply accelerated it. All that to be said, that we find ourselves in a challenging place. And the question is, in the midst of these uncertain times, pandemic and the experience of merger, which is not just our diocese, many dioceses around the world, especially in North America and Western Europe, are experiencing this too. How do we thrive in the midst of that? That was the key question. It's a fairly short book. It's only 123 pages. And at the end of each chapter, there are discussion questions. What I'm hearing from people is that many people in churches are getting study groups and reading the book and having great discussions around some of these questions. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Well, this book draws directly from my experience here at Our Lady of Guadalupe. So this is a book that wouldn't exist without the parish. And so I thought that it would be proper to have a little event to celebrate this as a book that comes from the experience of our parish. So I would like to invite you to a brief, it's not going to be a big deal, but just a little gathering on Saturday, February, whatever that date is. I can't remember when it is. And we're going to meet at the parish center, and we're just going to have some coffee, some soft drinks, and from 7 till 8:30. It might even be shorter than that. So put that in your calendar. I'd love to have you there. We'll have copies of the book available. I think I got author's discount, and we can get them available, make them available to you for $10 each, if you would like one. You don't have to. No, so it's kind of awkward, isn't it? Hey, I'm having a party for my own book. You want to come? So anyway, I'm doing it because I really do think it comes from our parish experience, and the fact that other people are finding that valuable, I think that's worth celebrating. So why don't you join us? It'd be great to see you there. Thanks everyone. Please subscribe. We'll see you next time.